Right, so quick video for you guys. I want to talk about ego and why it's crucial for you to develop a strong, healthy ego and start implementing it on your journey. So, let me start off by saying that from a young age, we are being told that we need to be humble, down to earth, and everyone is equal type of person. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually really good advice. We do need to be humble. The problem is that advice is often taken to the extreme, and almost like we end up believing that we need to lower our ego so much that we end up with no ego at all, and that becomes a problem. So, yeah, ego has this negative connotation, and I want to say that ego is much more than that. Ego is means ambition, means will, means motivation to do things. You know, I mean, let me ask you this. What is a man without ego? A man without ego is a weak, passive man who has no goals. And that's exactly what society wants you to be. Society wants you to be this weak man, this passive man who is not doing anything, who's not accomplishing anything, who is not aggressive in his pursuit to accomplish his goals. I mean, and no wonder a lot of guys are depressed nowadays because they have no ego. They have no drive to do a lot of things. They are not ego driven. And by the way, this is not one of those self affirmation bullshit type of advice like you need to stand in front of a mirror for 5 to 10 minutes and look at yourself and say, "Oh, I'm the man." Blah blah blah. No, 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 no. When you when you are ego driven, your mindset is ego driven. You just know you deserve the best because you know you're the shit. You know, and that also applies to changing the way you speak. You no longer say stuff like, "Oh man, you know what? I'd love to make X amount of money this year. I'd love to get that job. I'd love to go out with that girl. I'd love to get this, get that." No, ego means that. I mean, with ego, it means that now you start saying, "I deserve to get that. I deserve to make X amount of money. I deserve to get that job. I deserve to live the life I wanted, that I want, because I know I am capable. I am capable of that. I deserve much more because I know that I'm the man." You know, you refuse to settle for less because you deep down you know you are much more valuable than that. With that said, let me just point out a few positive aspects of ego that you need to understand before you start implementing it. Just to tell you the importance of it. First of all is self-confidence. How are you supposed to take on challenges confidently if you're not confident in your own abilities? With ego, you become confident that you can start doing things, you can start accomplishing things. Another one is self-respect. Ego contributes to maintaining your own dignity and self-respect, ensuring that people can now stand up for themselves and their values. Another one is motivation and ambition. Like I said, when you have an ego-driven mindset, you feel almost like you feel compelled to do things because it pushes you to start set goals and accomplishing them. You know you deserve that. No, what else? Yeah, boundary setting. With ego, now you can start setting boundaries, ensuring that other people respect your own limits. No one is going over you. And leadership. Leaders have a strong sense of ego, and that's why they can inspire others. The key here is to maintain a balanced ego that's doing you a lot of favors without letting it tip into arrogance. And that's the bad ego. There is good ego and bad ego. The good ego is the one I've been describing so far. The bad ego is the one that becomes arrogance. The one you use to trample over others, and that one is not okay. That's the one I was talking about at the beginning when people tell you you need to lower your ego. They don't want you to become arrogant. That's why I said that's okay. You don't need to become arrogant, but you do need to be ego driven by the healthy ego. So let me tell you a quick story. Like I said in my previous video, I've been in self improvement for about, I don't know how many years now, and I wasn't making that much progress in the beginning, purely because I was not sure about myself. I mean, I was not ego driven enough. I was like, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to accomplish this and that, but I was not, I didn't realize that in order to really start pushing myself to get the things that I wanted, was that I needed to change my mindset and realize that I need to start saying I deserve all of that because I know my worth. And because I know my worth, I deserve to settle for less than what I want. And it wasn't until recently that I discovered that I needed to start thinking like that. And because of that, I've made tremendous progress since then. And so yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Remember, ego is a good thing. You should be trying to tackle things head on, not be afraid. So that's the advice I wanted to give you guys. Remember, be fair to yourselves and start accomplishing your own goals.